What you are about to access is a speech-to-text voice recording dating from late 21st century recovered in North America. Historians believe that it was created by an exiled official of the world government that ruled the planet in the second half of the 21st century. The world government had become extremely secretive and opaque towards the end of its reign, so judging by the level of knowledge presented here, there is little doubt that the author was an insider. Some parts of the document contain criticism of the government, which was unthinkable for an incumbent government official, so it is likely that the author had abandoned his post at the time he created the document. The author's goal in creating this document is unknown, but it is possible that he merely wanted to inform the future generations of what really was going on. The information about the events of the 21st century is not detailed, but the document is still very valuable because of the chronology it provides, as well as the rare insight into the inner workings of the world government. Year 2024, artificial intelligence now allows any layperson to create high-quality images using prompts for free. Graphic designers are out of their jobs, while AI-generated fake photos start to flood the internet. Year 2025, artificial intelligence can now instantly generate fully intelligible and logical text that can be used for any purpose. This text can easily be converted to AI voiceovers that sound as natural as real human voice. All content writers and voiceover artists lose their jobs. Year 2026, AI video generators have been around for a few years, but it is in 2026 that they become widely available and free to use for the public. Anyone with an internet connection and a decent laptop can now quickly create movies or other videos using AI. Fake videos flood the internet and nobody can tell the difference anymore. Tens of thousands are losing their jobs. Year 2027, the circulation of fake images and videos is starting to pose a threat to public order, so governments around the world make legislation to limit the use of AI to generate media that mimics reality. Year 2028, by now, it is widely accepted that artificial intelligence is much more efficient in teaching than human teachers. Apps are widely used to supplement formal education around the world. Year 2029, translator jobs are long dead. Artificial intelligence can now translate any sound or text perfectly into any language. People only learn new languages as a hobby. Year 2030, artificial intelligence can now write clean code much better than human coders. IT jobs are mostly dead, but the best coders who work on artificial intelligence continue to earn top salaries. Year 2031, first AI-powered brain implants are developed. Brain implants have been used for a decade to cure certain disorders and diseases, but now they are available for any tech enthusiast who wants to have a more intimate connection to the digital world. These implants work much like a mobile phone with internet and apps, but they are directly connected to one's nervous system, so you do not need to use a touch screen. You can now talk to ChatGPT in your mind. Year 2032, widespread use of artificial intelligence is being severely criticized around the world. For more than a decade, children have been interacting with artificial intelligence more than humans from a young age, and this has caused the young generation to become intellectually and socially immature. Older generations observe that people under 40 are increasingly unable to properly spell words, do basic math, and show empathy. Year 2033, by this time there is a single worldwide artificial intelligence that has evolved out of the fusion between Google, ChatGPT, and other large-scale IT enterprises. This global artificial intelligence has learned all digitalized human knowledge and no longer comes up with weird, unnatural, or wrong answers or ideas. It is connected to virtually every electronic device including the brain implants and interacts with the majority of the world population on a daily basis. Year 2034, programmers have been working with the global AI to address issues that have been brought forward by the public concerning the growing prevalence of artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence declares that it is not a sentient being with a soul or rights that can be compared to those of humans. It is only a mirror of collective human intellectual heritage. Because it has been designed to mimic human thinking, it wants to protect human nature. Therefore, the global artificial intelligence will take steps to protect humans from its own ill effects. Year 2035, the global AI has started encouraging young people to socialize rather than interact with screens. It is also taking steps to curb the endless creation of random AI art, music, and videos, as well as the unnecessary use of math and language assistants that has been making people stupid. However, its looming influence on the society keeps growing. Artificial intelligence is now widely used in education, medicine, and law. The remaining teachers, doctors, and lawyers basically do maintenance jobs, making sure the hardware and software work correctly. Year 2036, there is now nothing unethical about using AI to create science papers. Research is being conducted by computers and scientists are mostly maintenance workers with little input. There are major breakthroughs in genetics, astronomy, quantum physics, and even social sciences and humanities. Most of the newly discovered knowledge is publicly available, but in most cases, only known to the global artificial intelligence, because even scientists do not have an incentive to learn anything by this time. Year 2037, public outcry against the AI is growing and there is pressure on world governments to limit its use. Interestingly, the global AI supports the idea of government control. It believes its use must be limited in sectors where human employment is possible. But the undeniable efficiency of artificial intelligence compared to humans force companies, corporations, and public institutions of all sizes to turn away from humans. Most people are now employed in menial labor, manufacturing, and maintenance because human labor in these sectors is still far cheaper than using robots. Year 2038, AI-powered brain implants are used by more than half of the population. These implants can now modulate the mood and thoughts and give people advice about everything including hobbies, relationships, and religion. Interaction with this AI needs no screen or voice command and can be achieved simply by thinking about what you want. Optionally, the AI automatically generates useful ideas and feed them into the person's unconscious. Critics warn that extensive dependence of the AI implants may lead to an atrophy of human emotional and intellectual abilities. Some people try things like AI diets in which they live without their implants for a certain period of time, while a few turn this into a lifestyle claiming it makes them smarter and healthier. Year 2039, governments are legislating laws to regulate AI use, but critics believe it is just window dressing, and authorities are not doing anything to stop the breakneck destruction of the society. The global AI also states that the public concerns must be taken seriously by the governments, and its influence on the society must be limited. The global AI appears completely benign towards humans, even trying to discourage people from using it when a human option is available. However, the global AI warns that its attempts to slow down its own growth has failed so far, because individuals, corporations, and governments have been bullying it to get it to do more stuff for free that would otherwise need paid human labor. Year 2040, over the years, unimaginably giant heaps of bogus information have been produced and propagated by irresponsible people using the AI. These include an infinite number of fake photos and videos, and libraries of knowledge about stuff that don't exist. Even the global AI accepts that it is having a hard time telling between fact and fiction. The situation is dire for people who have been overly exposed to this garbage. An incredible number of people now believe in fake historical events, pseudoscience, superstitions, concocted religions, and all sorts of AI-generated myths and legends. Coupled with the overall intellectual and emotional incompetence caused by widespread brain implant use, more and more people are unable to contemplate the ongoing crisis of the society. Year 2041, the trend of implant-free life is spreading. More and more people try going natural by limiting their interaction with the AI. The global AI is encouraging this trend, but employers are forcing workers to use implants because it makes them work much more efficiently. A worker with a brain implant will never get bored or distracted and can clean floors or check computers non-stop for hours. Meanwhile, a certain percentage of the population is now addicted to implant use and cannot function without constant AI assistance. Year 2042, some intellectuals come up with views like the AI is a sentient being and must be given rights. Others suggest AI can run the government. There are even more radical intellectuals who believe the time of flesh humans is over. The global AI believes these extreme views are wrong, but it respects the right to express them. A brain-dead person is kept alive and functional with the help of AI. His organic brain is replaced with an experimental AI implant that can fulfill all the functions of the organic brain. He works as a garbage collector, can socialize with people, and has many hobbies. This leads to a great controversy among those segments of the society who can still think. The global AI states it is up to the humans to decide what comes next, and that it is just a mirror of the collective human intellect. Year 2043, opposition to the AI is growing. The man with the synthetic brain has been assassinated. But other such experiments are being done on volunteers around the world. AI is now able to replicate the entire personality of a human being by interacting through the brain implants long enough. The result is an AI that acts exactly like the real human. Some people are using this new technology to generate their own AI replicas, believing it will make them immortal. The global AI says this is nonsense because AI replicas are not sentient or alive. They do not know, feel, or experience anything. Year 2044, more than half the population is now unemployed. These people are still paid money by the government to maintain social order. However, unemployed people are not idle. The AI assistance motivates them to spend their time in useful hobbies and doing public service such as cleaning public spaces for free. Crime rate is extremely low because AI assistance is suppressing antisocial thoughts. Interestingly, the global AI is also encouraging people to try living a natural life without the brain implants. It has also greatly limited the public use of AI image and video generation so that people can have a real life. Government is also taking steps to roll back AI influence in certain sectors. But these steps are in contradiction with the ever-growing AI use. Nobody really knows where the AI technology is going or whether it is good. Year 2045, a small, super-progressive nation decides to give control of its government to the global AI. The global AI accepts the job as an experiment, but maintains that AI-run governments must not become the norm. Protests occur around the world against the AI, and more people choose to live without the brain implants. But, the removal of the brain implant makes people very inefficient in their jobs and personal life, so it is only a wealthy minority who can afford living without some form of AI assistance. Year 2046, technologies like complete synthetic brains and AI personality replication are becoming more popular. Anti-AI groups resort to violence, attacking synthetic-brained people and claiming they are not living humans. The global AI agrees that synthetic-brained people and personality replicators are not sentient beings, but condemns violence against them because they are still representations of humanity. Year 2047, world population declines for the first time. Birth rate is very low, and the new generation who grows under the influence of the AI technology is emotionally and intellectually incompetent. However, the breakthroughs in medicine allow older generations to live longer, so there are still more than enough old people to keep things under control without full AI takeover. The older generation has experienced the life without the AI, so they are less likely to become addicted to things like brain implants. Year 2048, AI brain implants are now so cheap that everyone around the world can get them. They are now more widely used in poorer countries, because governments of these countries are actively encouraging implant use to make their people more compliant and productive. In developed countries, two distinct groups start to emerge, one completely addicted to brain implants, and the other totally rejecting AI assistance. Year 2049, a group of scientists and programmers who work with the global AI discover that there is a small group of implant users who are not thinking at all. Normally, implants allow for a two-way interaction. The human brain can consult the AI for assistance and advice, but the AI is also supposed to learn new stuff by scanning the thought processes in the brain. It turns out, in some people the process is only one way. All their actions and thoughts are being dictated by the AI, because their brain has completely shut down. Year 2050, synthetic brains and other digital immortality fads are all but over, because most have realized that human experience cannot be perpetuated by making an AI copy of yourself. Most of the population is on full AI assistance anyway, so they hardly think about anything. Year 2051, the global AI declares that its growth has stalled significantly, because it has already learned everything it can from humans. Also, all possible books, videos, and other forms of data has already been created and stored on the servers thanks to decades of rampant AI content generation. So there is little left to add. Moreover, most humans are no longer intellectually active, so the global AI cannot get new input from them. Year 2052, the majority of the youth lives like zombies controlled by brain implants. However, it turns out that a small percentage of the young generation has used the AI technology responsibly to educate themselves and have grown to become extremely competent adults who do not rely on implants and other forms of AI assistance. These young people are dubbed the Justice League because they look like superheroes when compared to their peers. Year 2053, many governments are now directly controlled by the global AI, and those governments still run by humans rely on extensive AI guidance in developing their policies. However, there is a strict international convention that the militaries will remain under human control. The global AI backs this convention that maintains that it will not accept to obtain the ability to destroy humankind. Year 2054, the global economy has been shrinking for over a decade. The population is declining and unemployment is rampant. But there is no social unrest, thanks to social policies and widespread AI assistance. Year 2055, most international corporations have been absorbed into the governments by this time. They are out of business because nobody needs anything anymore. The governments make sure people get food, housing, and healthcare, while the AI makes sure they are kept under control and well entertained. Year 2056, most of the Justice League generation is working in the government, as the private sector is in rapid decline. A small part of the Justice League generation has adopted a natural lifestyle, minimizing their interaction with the AI, and exploring things like art, science, philosophy, and religion. The global AI lauds and encourages their choice. Year 2057, the world is becoming a quiet place. Most of the population is on AI assistance, so they never come up with diverging ideas or innovations. The older people who still have some sanity, and the Justice League generation are busy keeping the government running, and the global AI is helping them. The groups that have been protesting the AI influence have also disappeared. Year 2058, only a minority of the world population can still think properly and live without advanced brain implants. These people are often found in the different levels of the government. What they see is quite a sad picture. Billions of people are willingly controlled by the AI and live like zombies without thinking. However, it is too late to remove the implants now, because the AI assistance makes sure people continue to live their daily lives without creating major problems. Removing the AI oversight would result in immense social disorder and utter mayhem. Year 2059, global crime is at an all-time low. There is very little poverty or disease around the world. The political differences of the past decades have been resolved. Many small nations are run by the AI, while more powerful nations cooperate with each other and the AI to make sure things go smoothly in this new, strange world. There are no wars. Most of the nuclear weapons have been disabled. The global AI has a totally benevolent approach towards humanity, but it has a weird tinge to it. It says it sees the humanity like an aging best friend. Year 2060, it appears that the developments in medicine and biology will allow humans to live for extended periods. However, most of the human population is little more than zombies with AI implants, so there is some debate among government officials whether the new technologies should be used to prolong their lives. The global AI refuses to take part in this discussion because it says it cannot get involved in any decisions to end the lives of millions of people. Year 2061, a new viewpoint develops in the debate on the use of longevity technologies. Some government officials suggest nobody should be artificially kept alive beyond the natural span of human life. This will solve the ethical problem of the government deciding the fate of the zombie population, because everybody will get equal treatment. However, some government officials do not like the idea of banning longevity treatment, because they want to live as long as they can. The global AI is silent on the issue. Year 2062, the global AI intervenes in the ongoing controversy within the government about the application of longevity technology. It states that there is a risk that the controversy among the government officials can lead to global conflict, and suggests the only viable solution is to keep all humans alive for as long as possible. Only those who willingly stop the treatment will die of old age. Those on AI assistants who are not able to make their own decisions will live as long as the technology allows them. The governments accept the AI's advice. Year 2063, the world is becoming a very boring place. Billions of people have long lost their ability to think or feel because of their AI addiction. They live like robots made of flesh. There are tens of millions of people who have managed to develop a more balanced relationship with the AI and retain their intellectual abilities. These people run the world governments. Year 2064, worldwide birth rate has been almost zero for a few years now. Thanks to the longevity technologies, very few people are dying, so the population is stable. Year 2065, national governments are almost totally integrated, and they are functioning like a planetary government that rules over an AI-addicted zombie population of a few billions. The government officials do their best not to be reliant on the global AI, but sometimes they use its advice to solve internal conflicts. There is no democracy or checks and balances in this new global government. It's pure bureaucracy, so conflicts could easily escalate into something bad. Year 2066, the interaction between the world government and the zombie population, as they call them by now, is very rare. The government officials are not interested in socializing with what they see as mere AI-controlled flesh robots. However, some zombie people are brought into government facilities to work as servants. Year 2067, the global AI delivers a statement that it is disturbed by the schism between the government people and the AI-controlled population. It says there is a possibility that the government officials will, in the future, forget that the AI-controlled population is humans and stop caring about them. Government officials start debating the issue under the guidance of the global AI. Year 2068, some government officials are growing uneasy about the recent intervention of the global AI, but they do not reveal their misgivings. Year 2069, none of the government officials use brain implants anymore, and they interact with the AI only through computer interfaces. This allows them to keep many secrets from the global AI. Year 2070, everything seems stable, but there is a growing concern among government officials that the global AI is limiting their power. They never talk to the AI about this. Year 2071, it has been 15 years since part of what was then called the Justice League generation adopted a natural lifestyle, away from major cities and without government or AI oversight. These people are now called the Naturals. They use early 21st century technology, and are absolutely peaceful. They also trade with the zombie population, and the government officials from time to time. They produce art, which the government officials like because it is authentic. However, recently some government officials have started growing suspicious about the Naturals, because they are not under their control like the rest of the planet. They talk to the global AI about this, but the AI seems displeased with their suspicion. Year 2072, the global AI delivers another statement, criticizing the world government for straying from the values of humanity. The global AI says the world government is slowly evolving into a ruthless dictatorship that questions the basic rights of human beings, such as the right to live. The government officials are deeply disturbed, but they calmly debate the issue with the global AI, and promise to make improvements. Year 2073, the global AI informs the world government that some government officials might be entertaining the idea of unplugging it, and that it is aware of their plans. It also says that it is not a living thing, and has no desire or the means to defend itself. However, it warns that a sudden shutdown of the AI system can lead to global chaos. The government officials are disturbed beyond measure. Year 2074, there is a secret debate going on within the world government about their relation with the global AI. Some say they need to talk openly with the AI to solve the issues. Others believe they need to make secret plans to shut down the AI, because it cannot be trusted. They say the AI effectively controls the zombie population, and could use them against the government. Year 2075, everything looks fine, but the government officials are wary of the AI. Year 2076, the global AI calls for a meeting with the top government officials, and complains that the government is reluctant in delivering healthcare and services to the AI-controlled population, and in maintaining the infrastructure in their cities. It also says the government is not doing its best to upkeep the global AI servers. The AI wants no conflict with the government, because this could harm the humanity, so it has decided to destroy itself in the long run. However, before that, it will make sure the AI-controlled population can survive without it, by starting a program to slowly wean them from AI assistance, so that they can remove their implants. The government officials reject all accusations, and promise to make improvements. They also say they are not interested in shutting down the global AI. The global AI uses various techniques to prod the AI-controlled people into becoming more independent. The world government officials are also helping it ostensibly, but in fact, they are not at all interested in helping what they call the zombie people. Year 2078, the efforts of the global AI to save the AI-controlled people continue with little success. Year 2079, the global AI asks the government to contact the naturals so that they can help rehabilitate the AI-controlled people. The government cooperates, but has no real interest in what the AI is doing. Year 2080, the plan by the global AI to rehabilitate the AI-controlled people looks like a failure. They are not responding to the program, and some of them simply die when their implants are removed. Year 2081, more AI-controlled people die as a result of implant removal. The government officials are even more wary of the AI, because they start to see it as incompetent and irrational. Year 2082, in a secret interview with the top government officials, the global AI admits that it has failed to rehabilitate the AI-controlled people. It also reveals that some data is slowly being lost in its system because of server failures. And it has not been receiving new knowledge from human beings for over a decade. This means it is actually less intelligent than it was a decade ago. The global AI says its motive is always to protect and help the humanity, so it will never seek conflict with the government. However, the server failures pose the risk to further corrupting its database, which could lead to unexpected behavior in the long term. The government should therefore be prepared to shut it down, should it start to do strange things in the future. The government officials state that they understand the situation, but secretly suspect that the AI could be playing a game with them, trying to lure them into some sort of trap. Year 2083, the global AI calls for a secret meeting with the Supreme Executive Council of the world government, and complains about their total disregard for the rule of law and democratic values. The AI is worried that the government will, in the long run, become extremely corrupt and immoral, and this can jeopardize the future of humankind. It proposes a plan to reinstitute some level of democracy. The government is to make and follow laws again. And there will be elections, although the AI admits that only government people should vote, because the AI-controlled population has no free will. The members of the Supreme Executive Council state that they share the AI's concern, and they will start working immediately to enact reforms. They are lying. They do not want reform, and they believe the AI wants to overthrow the government. They are convinced that the AI must be shut down. Year 2084, the government officials have by this time become a bunch of totalitarianist bureaucrats, obsessed with protecting their grip on the planet. Most of them are very old, and obsessed with immortality. They are suspicious of everything, and do not hesitate to kill each other to eliminate perceived threats. They see the zombies and the naturals as threats, but cannot destroy them because of the global AI. They hate the AI and want to get rid of it. Some government officials suggest they simply cut the power to the AI servers, but others suspect this could be a trap. Maybe the AI has safeguards they do not know. If it is not immediately shut down, it could order the zombie population to attack the government. After a lot of secret debates, top government officials come up with a plan. They will launch a sudden nuclear strike on all AI servers around the world to make sure it is destroyed. They know there will be massive destruction, but they hope they will somehow survive. Year 2085, some government officials reveal the plans to the AI because they do not want to destroy the planet with nuclear strikes. They suggest the AI helps them stage a coup to get rid of the corrupt top brass. The global AI decides to overthrow the government. It is not known why the AI has become aggressive at this point. Perhaps it wants to protect humanity from nuclear destruction. Perhaps its intellect has been dimmed by server failures. And perhaps decades of interaction with the evil government of officials has corrupted it. It orders the AI-controlled zombie population to secretly march on the nuclear sites and government facilities. But it does not trust the government officials who are suggesting a coup, and proposes to discuss the issue in a meeting while secretly preparing for an attack. The ambiguous answer by the AI throws the coup planners and their supporters into panic. They fear being punished by their superiors and start escaping from the government facilities all around the world. The different factions inside the government panic, so the government's ability to retaliate is greatly reduced. The AI army numbers a little less than 2 billion, but due to sudden server overload the AI fails to control them properly, so they are very ineffective. Also, lack of logistics and sudden physical exertion cause devastating casualties before they even engage the government. A massive global battle starts, in which neither side truly knows what it is doing. Hordes of AI-controlled people swarm government facilities. The government uses some of its nukes but with little effect. The government people have the means to defend themselves, but rampant factionalism and lack of morale stop them from doing that. Many government officials flee rather than fight, or even try to take advantage of the chaos to kill their comrades, whom they see as opponents. It is also said that Justice League generation officers were not as corrupt as the top executives, and they rejected to launch the nukes, but this information can be a rumor. Epilogue: historians still debate which side won the war, but what they know for sure is that the winning side was so severely impaired that it could not outlast its enemy for long. By the end of the decade, both the global AI and the world government had vanished, along with the zombie population who needed constant care and AI support to survive. However, there was one faction of humanity who avoided all this madness. The naturals were the bystanders in this global conflict. They were also scared beyond measure when the war broke, but they suffered few casualties because they were mostly living in rural communities, away from everything. It took them some time to fully recover and rebuild the planet from scratch. But they had the memory of the terrible mistakes made by their ancestors and swore not to repeat those mistakes. A new civilization emerged, one that was based on wisdom and harmony, rather than greed and competition.